7 years ago, a video game by the name of Kingdom Hearts changed my life. I used to be embarrassed to admit that at one point I was severely depressed and attempted to commit suicide, but now I realize that without that experience, I would not be who I am today, and I would certainly not be as invested in my future as I am right now. My name is Julia Simons, and I'm a Full Sail University student, currently studying graphic design online, but soon to be switching to game arts. Growing up with a physically and emotionally abusive father forced me to escape into stories. I consumed media like a madman. It was movies, TV, books, and especially video games. And I began to create my own universes and characters as imperfect as I believed myself to be, based on what I was being told. And it reached a point where I actually ostracized myself from all my classmates in middle school. When I finally got to boarding school, which was high school, I was able to distance myself from my father, and I realized I wasn't as bad as he would have me believe. So I was able to create parallels between my reality and fantasy because I was so involved in stories all the time that I was easily able to exchange their life values so easily. So when I was at my darkest moment, Kingdom Hearts was there for me. It reminded me that there is always light in the darkest of hearts and situations. So as a result, I am strongly driven by emotion. It is one of the biggest motivators in my life right now. It's reflected in my brand mantra. Maximum emotion yields maximum impact. As a species, we're able to understand and communicate one another so effectively because of emotion. Stories we can relate to no matter how far-fetched they are because they make us feel. They can all make us feel the same way, or they can almost make us feel different ways, and that sparks discussion and communication, and it's just inherent in our makeup as human beings. And I believe video games are the most potent storytelling devices. In other mediums such as literature or TV or movies, you're simply kind of along for the ride with characters that are presented to you. But in video games, you actually can internalize even a preconceived character's ideals or goals that you're getting from the game. It's just so easy to do that, and that's just in the nature of the psychology of playing a video game. So my professional goal ultimately is to impact someone as strongly as I was impacted. I want to make them feel and experience life. And my target audience is affected by this, of course, because I aspire to reach out to teenagers and young adults, and I was a teenager myself when my life changed. And my target audience is also affected by my interest in heavy subject material, which I was exposed to at quite a young age. So my competitive advantage comes from my out-of-the-box thinking, my willingness to take risks, and my unbreakable determination. I like to say I'm emotionally well-versed. I often take on leadership positions because I believe I understand how to speak to people effectively, especially when emotions are charged, and I know how to de-escalate situations. I'm also a good listener, which I believe is a very important trait for someone to have, to be a respectful and knowledgeable communicator. I also think I'm technologically forward. I keep up with all the current technology relating to video games and where they might be going. And my unconventional ideas do not sway me. I once led a team when I studied video game design at a prior institution of higher learning to adopt the Kinect as a viable storytelling device. At the time, it seemed very irrational, and everyone thought the project was going to fail. And at the end of the day, our project got the highest grade on all the projects in the class, and even extremely high praise from industry professionals who had sat in on the presentations. So as a result of me taking a risk, there was a big reward. So unconventional ideas and unconventional thinking absolutely do not scare me. And ultimately, the idea of helping someone else the way Square Enix helped me, providing an escape and a reason to go on, maybe not that far, but for myself, I will never give up on that. And that is the unbreakable motivation that I am talking about. And because of this, Square Enix actually is the company I would like to work for. Their business model and game design model aligns perfectly with my values and what I really want to accomplish as a professional. They focus on attacking the characters, the plot, and the art first, leaving the cutscene and the mechanics for later. And that screams to me, this is where I should be working. This is what is important to me professionally. So I really, really would like to be the concept creator or story developer for one of their games, but it will require a lot of ladder climbing, and that's why I'm focusing on becoming either the artist or an animator, and that's why I'm switching from graphic design to game arts. So I know getting to the position that I want to be in is going to be very difficult, and it's going to require a lot of patience and practice and dedication and hard work. But I know that I can succeed because of my unwavering motivation. Life's not meant to be static. It's but a dynamic adventure of loss and gain, courage and fear, pains and pleasures. And I would be happy if I could give that to someone else, as someone gave that to me. And I will not stop until I have. Thank you.